Hi everyone, welcome back to today's table topic practice video. And let me get the table topic. The table topic is being poor is not a crime. Being poor is not a crime. Being poor is not a crime. I think that being poor is not a crime or a crime. I don't know about it, but I will share my thoughts about it. That how do I see it? Being poor, many of the people, when we look at this world states, right, the world comprises of largely by poor people. The 80 to 90% of the wealth is controlled by top 1% of the people, and around 30 to 40% the global population is poor. I read that state, but I might be wrong. What I want to tell you is that the majority portion is poor, and when we look at that, many people do not show empathy towards these poor people. And that comes from many things. But when we look at poor, we need to ask several questions, right? You could be, so we just need to be empathic towards them. You could have been in that place, right? When a person is born on the street, it's not their fault. If somebody is born into the wealthiest family, that's not an achievement, right? It's random. You could have born into on the streets, or maybe you could have born in the house of wealthiest person in the world. You don't control that. What we can do is, as an individual, what I think is, whenever we look at poor people, we need to feel the gratitude that the God has given us so much. When the God has given us so much, then it's responsibility to share with others as well. When you get an opportunity, so how do you move people from the poor bucket to not poor stage, right? We need to think about that. And one of the core areas, or one of the core things that I believe that can help reducing the poor population, is education. Education is still costly. Education is not a birthright. And I believe education should be their birthright. Nobody should be restricted from taking education, right? Nobody is, but are people getting that education? Do you believe we have made the education free? We have made the bill that till 14 years education is the birthright as well. But where is the implementation? Why poor people are not, kids of poor people are not going to school? Even after school, there are a lot of people who are not able to pursue their graduation. Why? We need to think about these questions. And when we think about these questions, is we will come to believe that being poor is not a crime. It could happen with anyone. There are people who, because of some financial disturbance, they became poor. Was it their fault? Everybody could be poor. Just because you are not that not poor, you have no right to disobey poor. You have no right to look at poor with no empathy. Show some kindness, look at them. You should feel gratitude, and you should also think about that God has given so much. Why not share with others? Why not sharing the education? Why not making effort? Each one should try to make effect, make a day. Thank you. Over to you.